Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dave LeClaire, gaming editor for MakeUseOf.com, and welcome to the weekly Video Game Hub Roundup, where we're going to pick the 3 stories from the week that were the biggest. We're going to put them all into one video, and we're going to let you watch them. We put them up as they happen throughout the week, but some people don't want to follow the news that closely, and that's fine. We want to give you the news however you want it. So here it is. Without further delay, let's jump right into the 3 stories that shook the video game world to its core this week. You remember when music games were played with these? It was a big trend for a while there. There was Guitar Hero, there was Rock Band, and at the forefront of all that, there was Harmonix, a video game company who made the first Guitar Hero, and then went on to make Rock Band, where you had drums, plastic guitars like this, microphones that you sang into, you jammed out with your friends, you rocked hard, it was all good. But before that, Harmonix was responsible for another game called Amplitude, and before that actually a game called Frequency, which is actually, Amplitude is kind of the spiritual successor to Frequency. Well, now Harmonix is looking to bring back that genre and bring back that game through Kickstarter. That's right, the music company is seeking to bring a new Amplitude to market. They are seeking $775,000 from backers, and it's already doing quite well. It just launched today. So I have no doubt in my mind that it should meet or exceed that goal in no time flat. They're planning to bring the game to PlayStation consoles, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. They said the original game was on PlayStation, so it only makes sense to bring the new version, which they're not actually calling a sequel. It's not a direct remake. It will have some new songs and some new features, but it's not necessarily what you would consider a sequel in the traditional sense of the word, so they're not calling it that. But either way, for fans who want to play a rhythm game with a controller, with all the crazy laning mechanics of bouncing back and forth and the intense kind of arcadey style that game brought, they're bringing it back, or at least they are hopefully bringing it back. It's all going to come down to whether or not there's enough demand from fans who want to put their money down and put their money where their mouth is to get the game. You can get it at $15 for the early bird special if you want to back the game and you want to get a copy. If you go any less than that, you just get your name in the credits. So if you don't actually want to get a digital copy of the game, you just want to thank you from the folks at Harmonix, you can do that as well. So the game is definitely going to be coming. I can almost guarantee you that it will make its funding goal. So we should be seeing a new game in that series very soon. Harmonix is going to be the team bringing it, and who else would you want besides the people who made it originally, right? So if you're interested, make sure to back it. If you're not interested, make sure to not back it. Either way, hopefully the game comes out and hopefully it's great. And today we're going to talk about the new Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which was just announced by Activision thanks to a leak from Destructoid. They were planning on announcing it on May 4th, but you know, it's the internet and the internet is an impatient place. So the game leaked, so they said screw it, we'll announce it now. So now we know the next game in the Call of Duty franchise, which is coming on November 4th, is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now this is the first Call of Duty coming from Sledgehammer Games. We reported about this a couple months back, that they would be doing a 3-developer Call of Duty rotation now instead of 2, which gives the individual developers more time. Well, this is the first one coming from Sledgehammer Games, and it looks to be a quasi-futuristic Call of Duty game. In the trailer, they showed them riding on little hover bikes. They have exosuits that allow you to scale walls and cloak, kind of little Titanfall-ish. Obviously, they were working on this probably before we knew all that about Titanfall, so I'm not accusing them of stealing anything from Titanfall, just saying that that seems to be the trend now with shooters that Titanfall has laid out, and Call of Duty is following it. But I think the biggest piece of news to come out of this announcement of the next Call of Duty game is that Kevin Spacey is going to be a main character in it. Now, we're not talking about some washed-up actor who he's a big name, but he's in it. We're talking Kevin Spacey, who's still currently on House of Cards, which is a Netflix show that is super mega popular and fantastic. So you have a really legitimate actor coming into a Call of Duty game, which of course goes to show you how big Call of Duty is. But it's good for the gaming industry as a whole just to see big actors stepping in and getting in and making these kind of games. So that is very cool. Now, of course, no one should be surprised that there is a new Call of Duty game coming in November. That seems to be the pattern that Infinity Ward and Treyarch and Activision as a whole have always followed. So November 4th, we're going to get this new one. But it does look cool, like there's going to be some big changes to it. The story looks like kind of your typical Call of Duty story with some tweaks to it. So they didn't say much about the multiplayer. We'll have to wait and see what that's all about. But I think it's a pretty safe assumption that seeing as this is a Call of Duty game, there's going to be some multiplayer, and it's probably going to be a pretty big part of the game as a whole. So, there you have it. Call of Duty is coming. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is the name of the game. If you are waiting patiently for the next Call of Duty game, it's going to be here very soon. November 4th is right around the corner. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show, the part of the show where I get to give you some free stuff. We have some more Kontrol Freeks to give away. Thanks again to Kontrol Freeks for giving these to us to give away to you. This week we have Phantoms, which are for playing first-person shooters. They are for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. We have one of each. So in the comments, tell us which one you want and the name of the game for the image that you are seeing right now. And we will pick one of you at random and you will win a Kontrol Freek. So congratulations to last week's winner, Joe Scardino. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'll send you a message on YouTube. Make sure to check your inbox for how to claim your Kontrol Freeks. You're going to get the hoops from last week. So congratulations. Take one last look at the image because it is going away right now. We're going to talk about Destiny because Destiny is the new Titanfall. You just can't go a week without hearing something about it. And now what we've learned is that the beta for the game is coming in July to PlayStation consoles. We heard it was going to be spring originally, then it got pushed back to summer. Now they've at least narrowed it down to a month, so we know July, that's right around the corner. So before you know it, you're going to have it in your hands, you're going to be playing it, you're going to be all excited, and then they're going to pull it out of your hands and say, no, you can't have it anymore until September. But at least you will have it soon. Now this information also comes out right after we learned that Activision has spent $500 million making Destiny. So this is clearly a big budget AAA game that has a lot behind it, so it makes sense that they want to get a little taste of it out there and let everybody play it. And July is right around the corner, so if you have a PlayStation console, you don't have to wait very long to get your hands on the game. So if you are a Destiny fan, it is time to get excited. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Video Game Hub. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you leave a like on this video, because that would make me really happy. In fact, it would just make my day. Also, make sure to click the subscribe button right over here so that you never miss another episode of Video Game Hub and all the other content that we put out here at makeusuf.com on the old YouTube channel. And until next time, see you later.